Don't look at
Chris.
nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking
Yeah.
to Chris.
Yeah.
Right, so are you ready, Craig?
I'm ready, and what I'll do is ask a question, please, answer a question, please, and then just kind of stop, and then I'll do this, and then I'll move. So then that way you'll know.
That we're ready
you'll
for the
notice,
second question.
Yeah, and I'll do this, I'll point to you when I'm ready for the second. Because I think I'm going to go with another question here, and then maybe another question that way. Okay, so I'm rolling, but could you do me a favor, please? Ma'am, would you just give me your name and then spell it for me, please? Just go ahead.
Right now, Mary Safey. The last name is S as in Sam, A as in Apple, F as in Frank, I-E.
And then what would be your title?
I'm
President.
President CEO of Safey Specialty Foods.
Okay, excellent. That way I'll make sure I get it spelled right, correctly. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm rolling whenever you'd like to go, and we can stop and start whenever you'd like.
Do you want me to say anything at the beginning about the award?
I would, wouldn't you? A little blurb.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
Why we're doing
Yeah.
this, or
yeah. Mary, we're here working with you today because you have been given an award by the Product Center. This is the first time the award has ever been given, and it's called the Director's Award, and it's in recognition of a client who has had sustained business success over a long period of time and has graciously allowed us to be part of that success over those years. So it's a pleasure to come and talk to you about your business. Why all the passion about pickling?
I think all the passion about pickling began with my family and with my grandfather. He was a grower in Chesterfield Township, Michigan, and at the turn of the century, with the dawn of the Great Depression, what was he going to do? He was a truck farmer with his produce. So he began preserving fruits and vegetables. And they grew into a very large pickle company, and they sold it. None of us took it over. I came back probably 7 years after and began this business in the same home that my grandfather started his. And we worked with the Product Center, with MDARD, with the area, Macomb County itself, with FDA. They all gave us a boost and the support we needed and the confidence to proceed in this direction.
Oh, fantastic.
Good or bad? And thank you for really looking at our company.
Oh,
And I know
was great.
I've worked with Matt for so many years. I don't know if you know this, but I want you to know. Really, really, when we began to automate and I moved from a home to here, I met Matt and I knew Hannah Stevens. And there was the Julian Stills grant. And that is what really gave us the opportunity to compete because they awarded us for the equipment.
Okay.
And from there, it's been history. And we've grown. Matt would call on us and say, please, we think it would be a good time that you speak a little bit about yourself on the radio. He took me among all these unbelievable, huge companies. And here I am so small. And he said, Mary, do what you do. You can do this. And as the Department of Agriculture grew, as the Product Center grew, I needed, for example, our nutritional content. This is major. You were there. It was the foundation started with the Product Center. You know, all of us start business, we think we know everything. We don't know anything. You know, we think we know it all until we cross those bridges. And then when we do, it's all about community work, about giving back how much you gave to us. You gave me the ability to compete on an international level, and we did. And we're nationwide in Canada. You know, I think Matt was a little surprised. He said to me, Mary, can I ask you how much poundage do you produce? I said, Matt, I'm going to tell you what I do. 10 million pounds of beets and 10 million pounds of everything else. He goes, what? I said, yeah. And the majority is Michigan. The majority is local in Michigan. The asparagus is from, you know, the belt, the asparagus belt, Hart, Michigan. When we look at our beets, it's local and as well from the Grant area. They're huge. And I'm fortunate because they worked with me from day one, every one of them. I work with farmers, I work with the terminal, and today we're not just doing international, I'm growing, and our next big item is organic. It's going to be the beets, but I'm so proud to say it's Michigan organic beets because it's taken all of us full circle to come to this level. So,
Well,
you know,
fantastic
a little bit of
again.
what we do. Sorry, I don't know where you kind of want me to stop and go, but excuse me.
No, it's okay. I'm sure there was a question in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
No, we were
sorry.
good. No, that was good. That was
yes,
really good.
yes.
Did you
Do
take all
you
that?
want me to give a question to edit back into?
You don't need to.
Okay.
But if you want to go with another question, feel
Yeah,
free. Yep.
we'd be ready for the third question. All right. Mary, this is going to be seen by a lot of wannabe entrepreneurs who are thinking about their business ideas, and yet you know from your history that being an entrepreneur isn't easy. Would you share, what's the role of patience and persistence in being an entrepreneur?
When I decided to come into the food business, I realized there was a brand behind me. Safety was known. Could I ever work on their coattails? I became like every other entrepreneur, starting from the bottom up and working on a local level with the government. What is it that we can do? How can I learn? How can I grow? How do we benefit? And it starts on a local level. Then as you begin to grow, it becomes statewide level. As you begin to export out of the state of Michigan, now you become federal level. And all of that is about learning. They raise the bar every year, but I always went back to the product center. I went back to FDA. I went back to MDARD, who was instrumental in teaching what we do. And like every entrepreneur, we have developed a network, and that network must reach the entire area. And persistence, because it doesn't matter what they say, and they may say no, and of course you're heartbroken, but then you've got to pick yourself back up and say, why did they say no, and how can I make it better? And I have to go back in there, and I have to be as spry and positive as I possibly can be, and know that every year the bar is gonna be raised because we are feeding people.
Very good.
Nice one.
Excellent.
Yeah, you are. Well, Mary, we've talked about some of the history. We've talked about what you've needed to do to be an entrepreneur. We've talked a bit about how we've helped you over the years. So where's your business headed in the future?
I want you to know we began with the product center. We began with MDARD, and we are a part of the Making It in Michigan program. I am ecstatic to tell you Kroger met us there. I met Myers at the conference. We met Spartan. We have met so many influential buyers that gave us the opportunity, that opened the door for us to grow. And as you grow, of course it's always, what do I like? It has to be, what does the consumer like? What are they looking for? Not just what I'm looking for. And today we talk about the millennials, and they're young, and they're vibrant, and they're brilliant, and they're all about history and knowledge, and they're 20 years old to 30, and they really are moving our food industry, and they've impacted us in such a tremendous way. And we began to take out of our product yellow number 5. I began to take out of our product preservatives. We began natural. My spices were always natural and whole. Our jars are that's my brand. Our jars are Mason jars. So today, we've become and moved into the arena of non-GMO, of now, as I might have mentioned it before, I am so excited that we are going to be organic, and we'll start with one item, and we'll grow from there. But that's where we're going, and where I go, I take everyone with me, and that means the product center, because you let us be where we are. MDARD, because of the ability to go into international arena, and the ability to say, today I started with 25 stores that took our product and I delivered, and today we are servicing through distribution, through marketing, 5,000 stores. And I would have never been able to do any of this if it didn't start with the product center, with the Department of Ag, with everyone that supported us.
Well, Mary,
Sorry, guys. Talked too much.
No, it was lovely. No,
Yeah,
that was perfect.
Yeah. Mary, let me thank you for allowing us to be part of your story at the Product Center. And also, congratulations on the wonderful, sustainable business that you have created and continue to create. And most especially, it's a great honor to award you the first Director's Award from the Product Center.
And I'm always blown away at when you say this. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for thinking of us.
Thank you for doing good business.